Hello, fellow button mashers, and welcome to Controllers and Comedy, the podcast where gaming news meets a laugh track. I'm Gamemyer, your navigator through the pixel-perfect storm of the gaming industry's quirkiest headlines. In today's episode, we're navigating the emotional fallout of Kim Kardashian's Hollywood shutting down, deciphering the enigma that is 2XKO's name, diving into Palworld's community-driven success, and revisiting classics with Nintendo Switch Online's latest rare editions. Stick around for a roller coaster ride through gaming's latest highs and lows. The Jazz Trio in the final stand. Thank you so much for that epic intro. So let's dive in. Fans of Kim Kardashian's Hollywood are facing a digital apocalypse as their world is set to disappear into the void. It's a virtual mourning period for those who've invested their time, love, and real cash into their avatars' virtual lives. Petitions are flying, hearts are breaking, and Kim, she's got other passions apparently. If you were a fan of Kim Kardashian's Hollywood, or any other games that have been shut down, how did you cope with the loss of your virtual world? Share your digital mourning rituals and memorials you've created for your favorite game characters and spaces in the comments below. And here's an idea to help people cope with the loss of their favorite games. I think it's time we start building virtual memorials, digital candlelight vigils, and yes, even perhaps online museums, where you can visit and view pixelated relics of past glories. Even strap on your VR headsets, goggles, glasses, or contact lenses to visit these once vibrant games. Treat it like the Met Gala meets the Museum of Natural History, but with more avatars and fewer dinosaur bones. Yeah! Or what about this? A digital graveyard where you can pay respects to fallen apps, swipe past headstones etched with high scores, in-app purchase receipts, and the ghost of unfulfilled game updates. It's a brave new world where your in-game currency can't buy you a ticket to digital immortality. So, dear gamers, as we reminisce about our worlds we've lost, I ask you this: if you could immortalize any game in a virtual museum, what would it be? And what would be its centerpiece exhibit? So all you devs out there listening, let's make it happen. And for everyone out there, I really want to know what that exhibit would look like. Would it be your avatar's first pair of designer shoes? The unsent messages in the game's DMs? Be sure to let us know in the comments below, or tweet us your most cherished virtual mementos. And for those of you who feel like you're losing a part of your soul when these games shut down, just remember, every end has a new beginning. Maybe it's the start of a new gaming adventure, or perhaps it's an opportunity to step outside into the big blue room with a really high ceiling. You know, the outdoors. Alright, and speaking of outside, let's switch things up from the virtual catwalks of Kim K to creatures. Let's see how another community is dealing with their gaming reality, where players have crafted a saga just as gripping as a reality show. Palworld's devs are the unsung heroes of our time, fostering a gaming community that's tighter than a level 99 Palworld friendship bracelet. They've shown us the power of good communication, and they've kept us in the loop as if we were all co-developers, brainstorming in a digital boardroom. And let's not forget the players, offering to throw their money at a screen for a patron that doesn't even exist. Talk about devotion. Aha! Now, for our devoted empire builders out there, I've got a question for you. If you could add any feature into Palworld, what would it be? A new pal that's part unicorn and part tax accountant? Or perhaps a virtual stock market where you can invest your in-game currency? I'd personally love a Palworld creature that could double as a coffee maker. Imagine the adventures we'd have with a caffeine boost. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't funny. I heard myself say it out loud. It wasn't good.
Ha ha ha.
Now let's pivot to the story that's had the gaming community in a spin. Riot's fighting game known as Project L has stepped into the ring with a brand new title that's got tongues twisted. 2XKO. This verbal puzzle of a game with a name that sounds like Elon Musk's next child, or a secret level to a vintage arcade game, 2XKO, is making waves. And not just in the ring. It's a bold move, a combo breaker in the world of game naming conventions. It's got gamers talking and even arguing. Riot's newly named fighting game 2XKO is causing quite the commotion. How do you pronounce it? 2XKO? 2 times KO? The community's best linguists can't agree. And let's be honest, it's more confusing than trying to read the terms and conditions of your new favorite game update. So gamers, what's your take on this controversial christening? If you had the power to rename it, what title would you throw into the arena? And how do you think the name affects the game's punch in the crowded marketplace? Let us know in the comments below. And while we're all trying to wrap our tongues around Riot's 2XKO, it got me thinking about my own life. See, I'm a 3X daddy, and at one point, a 2X daddy. Does that make me a double daddy? Here's the thing, dodging those parental knockouts feels more like navigating through Elden Ring blindfolded. It's all about strategy, patience, and desperately needing to recharge, except there's no save point in sight. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Maybe parenting is the ultimate boss battle, making Elden Ring look like child's play in comparison. But hey, maybe that's the secret level I've unlocked in the game of life, you know? Extra points for juggling kids with different levels of chaos. So shout out to all the double daddies, triple mommies, and every guardian out there who's managing their own little squad. We're all playing a co-op game in the end, aren't we? So what's your take on the name 2XKO? If you could rename it, what would you call it and why? Let us know in the comments below. Meanwhile, Nintendo Switch Online is bringing back the classics. And we're not talking about your grandpa's Atari games. 5 rare gems, including Killer Instinct and Battletoads, are making a comeback. It's like a high school reunion, but with less awkward conversation and more nostalgia-fueled action. Which of the newly added rare games on Nintendo Switch Online are you most excited to dive into? And which ones do you hope they'll add next? So, let's recap. What do you think about these gaming roller coasters? Are you signing a petition to save your digital paradise? Or are you ready to dust off your old controller for some rare nostalgia? And how do you say 2XKO without sounding like you've got a mouthful of marshmallows? Send us your thoughts and let's keep the conversation going. That's it for today's episode of Controllers and Comedy. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. And remember, whether you're saying goodbye to virtual homes or hello to old school beatdowns, keep those thumbs nimble and your heart light. Until next time, stay glitchy, stay giggly, and may your game never need a patch. Over and out.